Welcome back to another weekly recap for prep. Recapping 17 weeks out, then setting the standards for 16 weeks out as always. Honestly, not a ton of topics to cover this week, just making those slow incremental changes week in and week out. That is kind of the beauty of me starting at 30 weeks out. Is I can take a bit less of an aggressive approach, I would say, and just continue to do the same things week in and week out if I'm making progression, which I have been. So no real big changes. I will say I'm starting to feel a little bit of the diet fatigue, but honestly, hunger is like non-existent for the most part outside of me self-sabotaging, which I say that as in when I'm up at 11:30 getting off of work and I walk out to the kitchen where there's stuff that's just tempting, that's when that hunger will kick in. That's just a natural hormonal thing. At night, you're always going to be a bit more hungry and have that like ghrelin come out. So self-sabotage there. And honestly, this video not going to cover a lot for training. If you guys are just tuning into the prep series or just coming across this video, I'll throw up a little link to episode 5 if you want to see all the training. But hopping over to nutrition and activities, not a whole lot changed here. Still roughly around that 2650 for calories is the target. A little bit up this week technically, but not a big deal there by any means. Not going to be super stingy on like the calories and macros. Just want to be in a good range of that 2650, give or take like 50 on each side. But yeah, protein 236, carb 263, and fat 73 on average. So very good range there. Honestly would like to see fat come up a little bit, but gonna have to pull from carbs. So kind of a double-edged sword there. But cardio, as always, if you're new, just incline treadmill at 3 miles per hour, 12.5 incline for 20 minutes. Every day of the week, and that gets me right to 200 calories. And then weight, progressing well, lost 1.17 pounds from last week's average weigh-in to this week's average weigh-in over the course of the 14 weeks that we went through in prep, down just under 18 pounds, or a per week loss of 1.28 pounds. So on a very good pace, I would say. I do foresee those last couple of weeks being dramatically less as we get lower in weight. So being a little bit ahead of schedule, definitely a good place to be, and can be a bit more aggressive towards the end when we need to dig if that time does come, but have a long road ahead in terms of just the first show being 16 weeks out, and then do plan on another like 8 weeks of prep after that. Total between first and last show. Just gonna keep things as conservative to start as possible. Training, just try to match numbers as best I can as weight's coming down. You're just gonna have to accept, unfortunately, some strength loss just due to the amount of weight you're losing. Mass really does move mass, and then also you're gonna lose strength as you come down in body fat, and then also lower calories. Your recovery is going to be a bit worse. Your strength's just going to fall off a bit. So foreseeing that, but really the side of training that we need to focus on is intensity and intent to still hit those weights and not create excuses for ourselves. And so far in prep, I'm doing very well on that. And just keep everything else that we can in line in terms of stress, sleep are the two biggest things. If we can keep those two under control, do really see us having a great prep rolling through. But really updates from me today. Hopefully you guys got to see some of the posing footage. Still, those pale hairy legs need to come through in terms of detail on the videos, but that will come in due time. The rest of the physique definitely progressing well. But hopefully you guys did make it all the way to the end. If you did, really do appreciate you guys watching the videos. If you do go on to enjoy this prep series at all, definitely leave a like on each video and then subscribe to the channel for future content. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave those down below. Always will get back to you. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay fed.